Hi, my name is Louise Nicol. I am a skills assessor with the BCCA Integrating Newcomers program. I'm the one that takes a look at your skills, credentials, and education and helps match that to the employment and labor market outlook here in Canada. I come to you with three different backgrounds that help me in this role. I am a tradeswoman. I was a licensed carpenter. I also studied other areas of trades for years. And that work in the trades led me into education. So I was a trades instructor and down the road became a college and university instructor as well. I also have a specialty in human resources. I studied the CHRP designation back in 2009. So I've worked with employers, I've worked with the labor market information in Canada, I've worked with the educational system in Canada, and most of all, I've worked in the construction sector in Canada. The BCCA Integrating Newcomers program is a government-funded, free, Canada-wide, pre-arrival employment support service for highly skilled construction professionals who are immigrating here. Funded by the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, we provide you with career advice and connections one-on-one by video chat, email, or phone while still in your home country. Whether you have considerable construction experience or want to understand how to transfer your existing skills to the construction industry for the first time, we can help. One of the most common internationally educated professions that we welcome to our pre-arrival employment program is architects. And here are my top tips on things you should know about that profession. Tip number 1, the demand for architects is growing in Canada, and there are jobs available across the country in all disciplines, whether that's as a registered architect, architectural technician, technologist, draftsperson, AutoCAD specialist, industrial commercial buildings architect, a residential architect, planner, interior designer, or more. When you join our program, we'll work with you one-on-one to identify jobs for your skills and interests and your experiences. We'll also help you to develop a career plan for your short and long-term needs. Tip 2, in Canada, most architects complete a bachelor's or master's degree in architecture from a university program approved by the Canadian Architectural Certification Board. An alternative way to become an architect is through the apprenticeship offered by the Royal Architectural Institute of Canada's syllabus program. Tip 3, there's also an important place in architecture for people who do not wish to pursue a university degree. You could take courses at a technical school, community college, or university, or have acquired the equivalent certification in your home country. You could become an architectural technologist, an architectural technician, or a draftsperson, or CAD, computer-assisted drafting technician. We can advise you on how to build your Canadian experience for these titles before you even move here. Tip 4, passing a computerized exam is one of the final steps in becoming a licensed architect in Canada, and licensing happens at a provincial or territorial level. Some regulatory bodies can have additional requirements before you complete your licensing or registration. So knowing what city you want to land in and live in is a very important step when considering employment opportunities and career progression, especially your licensing. We'll confirm which provincial or territorial regulatory bodies are the most relevant for you. Tip 5, typical requirements for working as a registered architect in Canada include having a bachelor's degree from an accredited school of architecture or completion of a syllabus of studies from the Royal Architectural Institute of Canada, completion of a 3-year internship under the supervision of a registered architect, completion of the architect registration exam, and finally, registration with a provincial or territorial regulatory body. Some roles in architecture, like leadership in energy and environmental design certification, known as LEED, can be required and is available from the Canada Green Building Council. Occasionally, a master's degree in architecture can be required for specialist roles. No matter what employment path you choose, we can help you identify the job options most relevant to you, and we will show you how to access and apply for them. Tip number 6, there are 3 registration pathways for foreign educated or foreign trained architect applicants. Each pathway has its individual eligibility and program requirements. Although the method of obtaining and assessing competencies varies slightly, applicants using the various pathways are required to satisfy the same entry to practice competencies. Tip 7. One of the registration options open to you as an internationally educated architect is under the Canadian Architectural Licensing Authority's Mutual Recognition Agreements. You could qualify to register as an architect via registration reciprocity. Currently, there are agreements covering the United States and Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, and the fourth one is between Europe and Canada. Tip 8. A second registration option open to you as an internationally educated architect is via the alternative qualifications pathway. If you are ineligible to apply through mutual recognition agreements, you could apply under the Broadly Experienced Foreign Architects Program. This national program, administered by the Canadian Architectural Certification Board, involves standardized steps. To be eligible, you must have a minimum of 7 years postgraduate work experience in your home country. You are required to gain a minimum of 6 months Canadian work experience, and overall, the application process will take a minimum of 12 months from the time you apply. Following successful completion of the BEFA, or the Broadly Experienced Foreign Architects Program, applicants can apply for registration as an architect in any Canadian jurisdiction. Tip 9. A third registration option open to you as an internationally educated architect is via the Internship in Architecture program. A core requirement for this route is that you have obtained formal education in architecture and have had this education certified by the Canadian Architecture Certification Board prior to applying. The Internship in Architecture program is a national program and involves obtaining practice experience under the supervision of a Canadian registered architect and under the guidance of a mentor. When you register for our program, we can help you confirm which of the above registration processes, if any, could apply to you. Tip 10. There are many other non-licensed architecture-related job titles that are available to you in Canada that you can and should target as your first role when you land here. Everything from project coordinator and scheduler to contract manager, site liaison, operations manager, interior designer, architectural photographer, and AutoCAD drafter are possibilities that require no mandatory license. We can identify the job options most relevant to you, and we'll show you how to access and apply for them. So these are just some of the top tips for building a successful career in architecture in Canada. If you think any of these supports will help you build your Canadian career before arriving, then don't delay and register today to learn more. We will ensure you have the knowledge and confidence to showcase your experience in a way that Canadian employers understand. Please access our website. Thank you.